Listen, I got to tell you right now, this week, I could become annoying. As a 49er fan that cannot sleep at night, the guy who's checking the wires all the time to see what in the world is going on now. So let us become cozy this week. Oh, I forgot. I've got to give my annoying scream. Niners! But today, at least, as you notice, Nello's in the screen. And Nello and I made a deal a little while back that we were going to get together, and we just now got a chance to do that, so we're going to do it. And it's really ironic because we're just talking let me count the hours, 24, 48, do the math on this. 72 hours from now, they're going to march out on the stage, and they're going to say what we're wondering they're going to say. So, Nello, how you doing, man?
Doing great, Ronbo, as always.
Yeah, Nello, I tell you, man, it's tough being a 49er fan. We got huge expectations and everything else.
And future's looking bright, though.
Yeah, I know. But you know what we're not set. You know what we're not set up for, Nello? We're not set up for any disappointment.
Yeah, I know, right? Yep.
Everybody's got anticipation is so high. It's got to be good. No matter what they say, it's all good. And then for the first round, you know what? Let me not start on that yet, as Nello has had prepared a mock draft for a while. So first we're going to check out his mock draft. We're going to talk to him about it. And then, of course, I got some other things I want to ask him about. We'll discuss, and it's all about the 49ers for the next God knows how long. Maybe we'll do marathon radio today. If you got time, sit back, relax. Hey, all right, no, and I got the chat, and we'll jump on the chat here and there to see if you. I'm not leaving you out, all right? If you got a question, remember, #Q. And if it's for me, I'll answer it. If it's for Nello, I'll relay it to him, and we'll just have a good old time. All right. Nello, you want to start out with that mock draft, don't you?
Yes, sir. I do. I'm ready.
At the bit for it. I know it. You've been waiting. Go ahead, Nello. You got it, man. Go for it.
All right. So with that number 2 overall pick, we traded. We traded with the Jets. The Jets want Mitch Trubisky. So the Jets get our second. They pick Mitch Trubisky. The 49ers get that number 6 pick in the first round. And then we also get the number 39th pick. Like I said, this trade is likely because the Jets want Mitch Trubisky. All right, so with that being said, in the first round, pick number 6, 6'2", 205 pounds, Malik Hooker, free safety, Ohio State University. I like the pick. He's a fast, rangy type of game changer in the middle of the defense. The Niners need a free safety. So this is how our secondary is going to look if we draft Malik Hooker. We go Rashard Robinson, starting corner. And then we go free safety, Malik Hooker, strong safety. It's gonna be a battle between Eric Reed or Jaquiski Tart. And then over there, And then over there on the other side of the corner, we got Jimmy Ward. And then the slot or nickel DB. It's either going to be Chris Redmond or K'Wan Williams. So there you go. That's going to be the secondary if we pick Malik Hooker. Got any questions for me, Ronbo?
No. I just you call him Chris Redmond. You meant Will Redmond, right?
Yeah, Will Redmond.
I kind of like it. Did you left K'Wan Williams? Anyway, you know what? That battle for the slot receiver is going to be interesting. So if they draft somebody, it'll be kind of special. But, yeah. No, go ahead. Continue. I mean, you know what? We could take questions as we go, huh?
Yeah.
I don't see Gohard says 49er faithful 80s, baby. Red and gold. That's not a question. I'm sorry. I don't know. That's Gohard. Gohard's giving me a shout out. Okay. Let me see. Okay.
Love Gohard.
Jordan Perrin says, Charlie casually has Fournette coming to us at number 2. That's
now.
Yeah, you want to hit on that, or how are you feeling about that?
I mean, I would like Leonard Fournette to the Niners. I think it'd be good for our team. You got him and Hyde. I mean, you're pretty much going to change the style of your offense. You're just going to be a ground and pound. You got 2 beast bell cow runners. So, like I said, I don't think they're going to do that actually, because if they wanted a good run game and a good run style offense, they would have got Kaepernick or kept Kaepernick. But I mean, personally, I wouldn't mind Leonard Fournette to the Niners. I would like it. It would keep our defense off the field, which that would be good. So there you go. It's not really a need. So it'd be good. And Leonard Fournette is a beast. Don't get me wrong. But that's what I think about Fournette.
That is an interesting perspective. I never thought about the parallel between Leonard Fournette and, say, a quarterback like Colin Kaepernick. If you're going to sit back and do Kyle Shanahan, sit back in that pocket, read, boom, you do lessen the need for that real high-profile running back. No, that's a pretty good observation. You know why? Because the Shanahans are famous for making the running back can come out of the 4th or 5th round. They don't take him so important. They've got Bobby Turner showing him what he needs to do. He just needs to follow instructions. Brilliant.
And there's plenty of running backs that we can pick. Samaje Perine, Deontay Foreman, Curtis Samuel. There's so many guys. But anyway, I'm gonna go on to my second round of the mock.
Go right ahead.
So pick number 34, 6'1", 185 pounds. Zay Jones, wide receiver, East Carolina. So he's a 4'4", 40 guy. A little fun fact for you: his dad played linebacker for 15 years in the NFL. He won 3 Super Bowls with Dallas Cowboys in the 90s. So just a fun fact for you. Zay Jones, he has sure hands and is more than willing to go across the middle. He's tough and has a high football IQ. There's a little bit of a comparison, Anquan Bolden, but Zay Jones is a lot faster than Anquan Bolden coming out of college. They're both about, same size. Zay Jones is a little bit lighter, but anyway, he's going to be a good across-the-middle type of wide receiver.
And with Zay Jones, and I love the comparison between him and Anquan's got these arms, these guns that look like, and then you look at Zay's little thin frame. I love that comparison, though.
Zay's not their body, but the style of their play. Yeah, and Zay Jones is lighter, like I said, and he's a lot faster than Anquan Bolden, but I don't know. Just kind of the style of play, I guess.
Yeah, well, true. All right, go ahead, continue.
Yep. All right, the second round, pick number 39 via trade with the Jets, 6'3", 216 pounds. Evan Ingram, tight end, Ole Miss. Another guy that's fast, 4'4", he's a big-bodied, pass-catching tight end who is a mismatch nightmare. This draft is deep with tight ends, but I don't want to see Evan Ingram fall, or not fall, but the Niners not pick him, O.J. Howard, or David Njoku. I want us to get a top tight end in this draft.
Yes. Fully agree. Yep. Endorse. Yes. Give me an offensive weapon, please. I like it.
Tell you what. So the second round, I went all offense. And then in the third round, pick number 66, 5'11", 196 pounds. Curtis Samuel, running back, Ohio State University. Shout out to YMSA for the comparison of Christian McCaffrey. He might be on the board and at the third round, pick number 66, but you never know. So he's a Swiss Army knife guy who can get open throughout the field. He has great home run speed at a 4.31. This guy is going to be playing in the slot. He's going to be in the backfield. He is a OW for Kyle Shanahan. Yeah. Now, my favorite pick in this whole draft. I think we know where it's going. The fourth round, number 109, 6'4", 214. Brad Kaya out of the University of Miami. Some quick stuff. I went to school at Enterprise, and he went to school in LA. And my football team, I was a sophomore, so I wasn't on varsity. But anyway, our varsity team played his varsity team in the state championship game. I forget what game it's called. Ooh. But anyway, he kicked our butt in that game, and then he went on to University of Miami, which has always been my favorite school for football. So I don't know. It's kind of just a cool thought that he could go to the Niners. But anyway, some quick stuff that I wrote about him. He's a pocket passing quarterback who played in a pro-style offense, so that's definitely a plus. He gets through his reads quickly, like Ronbo said. One,
Really
two,
quick.
three, boom. 1, 2, 3, boom. He's not a fast guy. He kind of, I don't want to compare him to Tom Brady, but truthfully, he coming out, tall guy, real skinny, a lot of hate coming out of the combine. Not a lot of people are talking about him at all. More people are talking about Josh Dobbs than him. So yeah, I'm gonna get a little drink of water real quick.
He's gonna do the Blaine Gabbert on us. A swallow of water between every sentence.
All right, now in the fourth round, pick number 143, 6'1", 190 pounds. Cordea Tankersley, cornerback, Clemson.
Good.
This pick, Cordea Tankersley is projected to go third or fourth round, so he could still be on the board. But anyway, he's a big, long, lengthy corner who's going to harass the wide receiver on the line of scrimmage. He has really good speed for his size of corner. He ran a 4.4 flat 40, so he's tall, big, physical, and that's kind of corner that they want to play in that Robert Saleh defense. So I think he could fit in perfectly. Say Jimmy Ward goes down, throw his butt in there, or Dante Johnson. Just a good, solid corner. And in the fifth round, pick number 146, 6'1", 205 pounds, Ardarius Stewart, wide receiver, Alabama. This is the only pick that I don't see him being on the board in the fifth round. So unfortunately, I made this mock draft a while ago. So anyway, that's the only kind of issue I have with this pick. But anyway, he's a great route running wide receiver with good game time speed. He also ran a 4.49 at the combine. You see what I'm doing here? Yeah. I'm bringing some damn speed to the team because we need some speed.
Yeah.
We need some good speed guys.
Quick.
All right. Now in the fifth round, pick number 161, 6'8", damn, 310 pounds, Brad Seaton, offensive tackle, Villanova. Real quick feet. As a 6'8" tackle, he could be a good swing tackle in the running game. I know we got that guy Gilliam, whatever, from Seattle.
Yeah.
But like I said, I made this mock draft before they picked him up. But anyway, he could definitely add depth. He could compete with Trent Brown and Gilliam for the right tackle spot. Yeah. Possibly even left tackle, back up Joe Staley when he leaves. I like John Lynch. He's bringing in players for competition during training camp, and this is what the pick does.
Yeah.
And then in the sixth round, pick number 198, 6'6", 245 pounds, Sean Culkin, tight end, Missouri. This guy blocked Charles Harris in camp. I can't remember his name. Shane Ray for the Broncos. He blocked him in camp. So the reasoning behind this pick is I want another blocking tight end for when we run with Carlos Hyde. He might make the roster, he might not. Our tight ends, we have quite a few tight ends, but anyway, that was the reasoning behind that pick. And then in the sixth round, pick number 202, 5'8", 170 pounds, Tariq Cohen, nicknamed the Human Joystick, running back, North Carolina, A&T. Plays with unbelievable cuts and possesses touchdown ability whenever he gets the football. Great speed for a running back with, yet again, 4.4 speed, clocked in at 4.42. So this guy, man, he just has that home run ability every time he gets football in his hands. I really like the pick. And then with the last pick in my mock draft, this is kind of a strange pick, but anyway, pick number 219, 6'1", 331 pounds, Stevie Tukolavotu. We're gonna nickname him Tuna, just like Just Check Juice. Yeah. We nickname him Tuna. Yeah. So anyway, Tuna is a nose tackle. We're gonna transition him to fullback. He's from USC. Quick little notes about him. A D lineman transitioning to a fullback. as Kyle Juice is more of an offensive weapon. Tuna can be a lead blocker like Will Tukuafu. So he's kind of like a guy just like Will Tukuafu was for the 49ers. On 4th and 1 in Seattle, I'm putting his ass in to fucking pound Bobby Wagner's ass.
Yo.
And then Carlos Hyde, touchdown, baby.
Juice will be running through that play too, man. They'll get him in there.
They'll get him in there.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Nello. You go ahead and swallow that water, man. I'm going to go over your picks real quick here.
All right.
The first round, number 6, Malik Hooker. Free safety out of Ohio State. You know about that. Now, 49ers are going to trade second pick to the Jets with the number 6 and number 39 pick. Now, here we go. Second round, number 34. It is Zay Jones, wide receiver out of East Carolina. And the alternative, in case Zay is not available, he's going to Corey Davis. Wide receiver, you know where he's from. And we move on to the second round. He's got another pick. He just got number 39 pick. In fact, Evan Ingram, tight end from Ole Miss. And I can tell you right now, I know where Evan Ingram's going. Evan Ingram gets on the 49ers roster. He immediately becomes Devin Funchess. He's going to stop being a tight end. That guy's got some kind of freakish ability. He's big, he's strong, he's fast. Use him in other ways. Let me see that chart again. All right. And also, we got another alternative, another long, tall, powerful freak out of U. Brad Kaya used to throw the ball to him. David Njoku, another tight end. Oh, I love all this offense. It's just making me getting a rush. Third round, Curtis Samuel, running back out of Ohio State. The fourth round, Brad Kaya. Yesterday I got in trouble for pronunciations. So, if you're going to flash up on the screen again, we'll go through it again.
Kaya, Ronbo. Kaya, not Kaya.
Kaya. All right. Like a chop. Kaya. All right.
Personally, I was laughing when you said that. It was funny to me. I wasn't butthurt.
This game's got too many A's in it. But when you get that many vowels and consonants, it gets confusing. Fourth round, following that, this is Cordrea Tankersley, cornerback out of Clemson. Good stuff. We need those long, tall guys. Fifth round, our Darius Stewart, wide receiver out of Bama. Fifth round, it's Brad Seaton, offensive tackle, Villanova. It's a big dude. Sixth round, Sean Culkin, tight end, Missouri. In the sixth round, Tariq Cohen, running back, North Carolina, otherwise known as the joystick.
Yeah.
I love it. And finally, seventh round pick. Let's tell you what I'm going to do. This is a very big, powerful Polynesian. Every team should have one at least to do the things this guy's going to do for us. We'll call him Tuna. You can look up his name. It's Stevie Tuna. Nose tackle. Fullback, USC. And you know what I'd like to do with that kind of a guy? Give him the ball and dare people to tackle him. I put Juice out in front of him first and then give him the ball and watch that poor secondary guy run up. Oh, God. All right, fine. Just come in. There's nothing stopping him. Woo! Good stuff. Hey, any questions you got? Nello is ready. I told him to get ready. Nello, are you ready?
I'm ready. Always.
Right. So it was, and last time, what was it? Dre Sire Loop. I want to get his name backwards again. He gave me, it's something about Richard. It's Richard. There's a Richard in there. All right. Anyway, Lynch said today that our first pick will be a cornerstone. Is Malik considered a cornerstone, Nello?
Yep, and I know exactly what he's talking about. I wanted to get more picks. Malik Hooker is definitely going to be a cornerstone. He's gonna do what Earl Thomas does in the Seahawks secondary. Now, Earl Thomas is a damn good cornerstone for the Seahawks. He definitely is going to be a cornerstone. Quarterbacks are going to be scared to throw across on the Niners defense. Bring some intensity to the damn game. When Drew Brees came to Santa Clara, he was just dropping dime after dime on our team. Same with Tom Brady. Same with even that guy from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I can't think of his name right now. Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
We need a damn good free safety. I don't want to put Jimmy Ward back there. I need a good free safety. That's he's definitely going to be a cornerstone piece.
You know what's funny about that? You mentioned Jimmy Ward is they're supposed to be picking up his 5th-year option, and Lynch very coolly says, "Well, we're kind of busy right now, and we'll we're knee deep in the draft, so we're not really working on that right now. But you do have to wonder, and that is sort of like a clue, as they're not sure about Jimmy Ward, and look for Jimmy to possibly be another guy of a tragic." As I call it a tragedy because it's one of those shocking things, he could be traded draft night. And do you know how many teams would go for Jimmy Ward? Let me go to it's a dog Zot 813. Wouldn't you consider drafting Solomon Thomas at 2, and then taking one of the good defensive tackles like Malik McDowell in the 2nd round? And then we would have one of the best young D lines in the game.
Yeah, but then what's his name? Like G-Dog or something like that?
Yeah.
You're gonna be drafting just defensive lineman after defensive lineman. We already have one of the best damn defensive linemen in the NFL. One of the best young defensive linemen that are going to develop. Yes, I was gonna think about drafting. What did he say? Malik McDowell?
Yeah.
Yes, I was considering that in the 2nd round, but then I would have just went defense. I want to mix it up. I want to give some offense and some defense, but you can't pick two defensive linemen in the 1st round and the 2nd round, and then in the previous 2 drafts have picked a defensive lineman in the 1st round. So I don't know. That's too many damn defensive linemen for me.
Yes!
Yeah, I just couldn't even think of that draft. That draft just makes my mouth dry and just. I'm gonna drink some water after thinking that.
Please, man, because it's just unreal how we. You know what? Here's the thing. As I keep telling people, well, what about last year? We had all those people. Listen, it was first stringers that left that team early. So what are you gonna do? Just gonna throw a bunch of more defensive linemen on top of the stack as we go to the ceiling? It's about the good health of the team, number one. And Jim O'Neill was the worst defensive coordinator. There were so many variables involved in why people were running on the 49ers. It's not all about the players.
Yep, and let me just say this, Ronbo. Yeah. The Niners were in a 3-4 defense last year.
Yes.
Their linebackers, all of them got injured. I mean, our linebackers were just awful. Our defensive linemen, we had DeForest Buckner playing so damn much. He was playing read and react as a 3-4 defensive lineman, as a damn rookie, playing so many damn snaps. I don't even understand how he did that. But anyway, we're in a 4-3 now. Our defense is going to look so much better just from a scheme standpoint. No teams are going to run against us. We got Saleh for a reason. They're definitely gonna have to pass on us to beat us because they're fucking not running on us again.
You got Malcolm Smith over there to make it, and Malcolm Smith loves for people. We're talking about a linebacker that had over 100 tackles last year. You got the beast, the monster back, LeVar Bowman. If you guys believe that they're going to run on that team like they did last year, boy, are you in for a treat. That is not going to happen. Right. Anyway, let's go to Taryn. Question is, do you think Hooker is a better prospect than McCaffrey? I like that question.
That's a good question. Hold on. John Lynch said that if you're just always drafting best player available, then it's not really serving a purpose to your needs. I feel like we need Malik Hooker more than McCaffrey. We definitely could use McCaffrey. I just feel like Malik Hooker brings better skill set to our defense. I would pretty much, let me just say this. I would rather have a damn good free safety that could scare quarterbacks than a running back that in all fairness, Christian McCaffrey is good, than a running back that you could find in the third round. Nothing against Christian McCaffrey. He's great. I love Christian McCaffrey, but I would just rather have a free safety, which we need, than a running back, which we don't need, that we can get in Curtis Samuel in the third round. Nothing against Christian McCaffrey. Love the guy, but that's my thoughts on that.
No, that's a good one, too. In fact, I want to clear something up here. When I pulled Christian in the first round, that was an infatuation of my own. Probably had nothing to do with rationale. Malik Hooker is needed in that secondary, especially because Jimmy Ward cannot be depended upon to stay healthy. So if we got to have a center fielder, it probably should be Hooker. And if they do keep Ward, now we've got a duo. Because I said, if you're going to just have Jimmy back there, what if he gets hurt? And he is going to get hurt eventually. Because that's a position where you're going to get hurt if you're not really big and strong. And Jimmy's like 190 something. I worry about that. Although, I got to tell you though, Nello, nobody has ever hurt Jimmy. Jimmy gets hurt, muscles, joints, things like that. But no guys crashed into him and sent him to the hospital.
That's true. Jimmy Ward is a tough little man. I like him, man. Remember that hit when he flipped Larry Fitzgerald over on his head?
Yeah, he's strong.
I like Jimmy Ward, but just the injury concern. Say he gets injured, who's going to play free safety for us?
God, that was scary.
I just feel like he's going to have a better career over at corner, and I don't know. That's just what I feel.
Yeah. All right, Kevin Hyde says, Jamal is the alpha dog and has a clean slate. Why, Nelly? You're too young for hookers. Oh, come on, kidding?
I'm actually 18. I can get hookers, man. I can get hookers. But okay. In all fairness, Jamal Adams is a better prospect than Malik Hooker. I'm saying it right now. But if we would have stayed at number 2, then yes, I would have picked Jamal Adams. Yes, I would have. But I want more picks in the second round because this draft is so damn rich with players. Yeah. Would you rather have Jamal Adams and 1 second-round pick, or Malik Hooker, which we need more than Jamal Adams, and 2 second-round picks? All right? So there's your answer to that. Jamal Adams is good. Yeah, I like Jamal Adams. Yeah, but like I said, we don't need a third strong safety. We would have Jaquiski Tartt. We would have Eric Reed. We would have Jamal Adams. What are you gonna do with those guys? You gonna trade Eric Reed? Yeah, you could, but I don't know. I would just rather take picks in Malik Hooker than draft Jamal Adams.
I agree with that. If you're gonna get Adams, you're going to have to lose Tartt or Reed. Who's the biggest value? Can you get rid of Reed to another team and get anything back with everybody knowing Reed's history and his current health status? So that's the thing. Yeah. But just to keep stacking up safeties, it gets it becomes complicated in that, what are you doing? And what are you going to do? I understand the thing with Jamal Adams. Okay, let's, by the way, we're doing a live stream during the draft. Absolutely. Oh, it's an all-day thing. Oh, yeah. Okay. Sahel Rad he says, question, Ronbo, with you picking McCarthy for the second pick, isn't Solomon in your eyes a late bloomer as well? McCarthy. Who picked McCarthy? I picked McCarthy with the second pick? No. Oh, the other day.
McCaffrey, I think.
I think he just had a typo. Is it McCarthy? Who's McCarthy? With you picking McCaffrey for the second pick, isn't Solomon in your eyes a late bloomer as well?
I don't know. That question's. Can you say it again? I don't know what he was trying to say.
Yeah, I'm not sure. So that question. They're two different positions. They have nothing to do with each other. Solomon may be a late bloomer, but McCaffrey hits the ground running in Shanahan's scheme as far as I'm concerned, because the fact is, if you watch him on tape, I like watching McCaffrey run through lines of scrimmage, and Bobby Turner teaches exactly what McCaffrey does. You see McCaffrey, he's running, he's not really running at the line of scrimmage, but he's surveying, but he keeps moving. Those feet are shifting. As I said, he reminds of some kind of a Cybertron. You see him shift. I can still hear it in your head again. You see him shift. His head moves this way. His body goes the other. His head moves that way. He's not getting touched. All of a sudden, the crease opens. Boom! He hits the crease just like that. I know Bobby Turner's saying, oh, goddamn, that's my boy, Kyle. I want him. I know. Because he's got things that you can't teach. He's an instinctive runner. He's patient. He looks. He seems to see and diagnose that entire line of scrimmage within seconds. Faster than the guy that's pursuing. The predator comes in, it's too late, he's gone. He's an amazing runner. But I don't, Solomon there's no. So hell, please. I can't do anything with that question. Nello, is there anything you can do with that question? Is there a parallel between Solomon Thomas's developing into a better player and our boy Christian McCaffrey? I don't know.
I don't know. That's kind of a weird question. Maybe he's asking who would you rather pick, Solomon Thomas or McCaffrey? I don't know. It's just kind of a weird question. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and move on. So try again, man. Give us another question, okay? Jordan Perrin says, "Will Reuben Foster fall to 34? In your opinion, if so, should we take him?" Poor Reuben.
I love Reuben Foster. In my last mock, I had us picking Reuben Foster at number 2, and then Caleb Brantley at pick number 34. And both of those guys are gonna drop because they're both troublemakers. I don't think Reuben Foster falls to the second round because the Raiders are definitely gonna pick his ass up if he falls to them.
Yeah.
But if by some miracle Reuben Foster is there in the second round, I'm picking his ass up. Hell yeah.
Hey, Nello, maybe the Raiders might, after they picked up Aldon Smith, they're probably thinking, okay, that's it. No more substance, boys. And Jabril Peppers, throw his name on the list, too. Jabril just got busted. He had a little diluted test as well. These guys are hilarious with drinking buckets of water, thinking that's going to help.
I don't think Jabril Peppers actually did anything. I feel like he's innocent. I feel like he just had some poppy seed muffin or something. He's too good of a guy to be on the weed or anything like that. I don't buy it.
So you know what, baby? Hey, if you want to sabotage a kid now coming out of college, getting ready to go to God, do something like that. Drop a few seeds in his food. He won't even notice, but it'll come out in the test. That's so cool. If anybody does that to anybody, you got to get 5 to life. All right. Also, Tony wants to know, why do you believe Hooker is better than Adams? And better yet, why not take a corner because we have one decent corner? We need 3 to be a great secondary.
I never said that Malik is a better prospect than Jamal Adams. Actually, on the other question, I said Jamal Adams is a better prospect than I said Jamal Adams is a better prospect than Malik Hooker, but we need Malik Hooker. We need more picks. That's why I'm picking Malik Hooker. I like Jamal Adams. And then the second part to that question, what was it? We need 3 good cornerbacks, I think.
Yeah, in order we need 3 to be a great secondary.
We need 3 cornerbacks to be a good secondary?
Yeah. No, not to be a great secondary. Because we have one decent corner, and we need 3 to be a great secondary. Of course, we don't know what Will Redmond looks like yet either, though. But then again, go ahead.
Yeah, we don't know what Will Redmond is. Rashard Robinson he's a lock, so we got 1 good safety. In my mock draft, I had us taking Cordae Tankersley. He's going to be a lockdown cornerback. Promise me that. And then for the other 3rd cornerback, maybe Jimmy Ward if he plays in the nickel and if Cordae Tankersley starts on the corner. So I don't know. I feel like Jimmy Ward is a good cornerback. Rashard Robinson is a good cornerback. We have depth in Dante Johnson, Keith Reeser, Will Redmond, that guy from the Browns. We got Kawan Williams. I think that's his name. Yeah, but I feel like our secondary is fine.
You know something, Nello, what I find interesting, you see, Will Redmond is going to be a force to reckon with in camp. Now, if they do pull Malik, that moves Jimmy down to a corner. And if they do pull another corner, that competition in the secondary is going to get wild. You got K1 in the mix, too. I don't know his full capability. But this could be interesting as far as the secondary goes. And everybody's forgotten about Dante Johnson. He also fits the prototype. Long limbs, tall, fast. He could be all over a receiver, cause disruption, which is that's the essence of that whole defense. Those long, tall receivers that make it so confusing that the quarterback's got to stand back there going through his progressions. He sees that quarterback draped all over his receiver. He takes just long enough. Boom. Buckner's got him. Armstead's got him. Lynch has got him. God knows if you wait too long, Malcolm Smith's going to get you too. So, it's going to be interesting to see. But it's going to be long bodies. What they're looking for. So, yeah.
Yep. And whatever happened to Chris Davis, our old slot or nickel cornerback?
See, these
I know he
guys.
got injured, and then what?
He pulled the hams, and and I wonder maybe he's still. Hey, wait, did they let him go? I look at the list. I gotta look back at the list
I
and see
don't
who's
know.
currently on the 49ers list. I think they may have let him walk too.
I think so, because, I mean, fuck it. I would have him come in and compete for the nickel cornerback. He was pretty good.
Yeah, he was. But when you look at the fact that Will Redmond wasn't ready to play last year, and he's probably a little better, and then you got Jimmy Ward, who's
Yeah.
one of the best slots we've had in a long time. So it's going to be crazy again. Carlos Pineda wants to know if T.J. Watt is available in the second round. What would you trade with Cleveland for him? Now wait a minute. What would you trade with Cleveland?
I got the question, Rombo.
You got it? Okay.
Basically the best home for T.J. Watt is a 3-4 outside linebacker, kind of like Alden Smith. He's athletic enough that you can trust him in coverage. I like T.J. Watt, but our scheme out. If we draft him, I would put him at Leo. That's what I would do with T.J. Watt. And then you're saying if he's on the board in the second round, what would I give to the Browns to trade up? Well, first off, I wouldn't trade up with the Browns because I don't want T.J. Watt that much. But I don't know what I would trade to the Cleveland Browns. What do they need? I'd probably trade him like a linebacker or something because we got so many damn linebackers now. But anyway,
too actually.
That's the answer to your question.
There you go. All right. Kim H, why not Buda Baker over Jamal Adams? Statistically, he's better than Adams. Ooh, wow. You know what? Buda's good, and he doesn't get enough love. I don't know. It could be his size.
Yep.
Go ahead. What do you think, Nello?
I was thinking about putting Buda Baker in the second round, drafting him, and then picking someone else in the first round. But I don't know. Buda Baker, I like him. He's more of a nickel cornerback in the NFL. I don't know if he's kind of like a Jimmy Ward guy, free safety, move him into the nickel in the NFL. But I don't know. I was thinking about it, but I just like Malik Hooker a lot more. He's 6'2". I don't know what Malik didn't run a 40, so I don't know who's faster, but I don't know. I would just prefer Malik Hooker over Buda.
Actually, his 40 is not that fast, which is very interesting about Malik Hooker. Now, this is one of the best ball hawks in college football last year, but Malik Hooker above better than everybody else. Malik's anticipation, his sense, his ability to zoom in on receivers before the ball even gets there. That's what makes him what he is, and that's the kind of thing you can't teach. That's why I'm saying, if people say, Jamal Adams does a 4-3, I said, you know what, though? He's not going to beat Malik in INTs if they both play. Even they play in the same conference. It's not going to matter. It's about a natural ability that Hooker has that speed is not going to make up for. But that's an argument that can go on forever, so we'll just let that lie. Big Daddy says, the quarterback class will be loaded next year. Now, who would you take in the first?
I was just talking to one of my friends about this because I was at my girlfriend's house. We were talking about draft, and I would take, God, I can't think of his name right now. It's quarterback out of USC, Sam Darnold. I would take Sam Darnold. So that pretty much means that we need to go 0-16 this season to have the number 1 overall pick. The other guy I like is the quarterback out of Oklahoma. I can't think of any of these guys' names right now. The guy out of Oklahoma. I don't know. I can't think of his name right now. It might come to me, but definitely Sam Darnold. You got Jake Browning. So many quarterbacks next year. Lamar Jackson too. Which I don't want Lamar Jackson. I want a good pocket passing quarterback. And that's if Brad Kaya isn't our starter week 1. Don't sleep on my boy Brad Kaya. He's gonna be the next Brady, I tell you.
I like it. Okay, let's get to there's just Drossire loop again. Our DC said in his camp press conference that the team is in search of a Leo. Where is a Leo in this draft, or is he on the team already?
Yep, and I watched that video. Yeah, Sala said a Leo is a very important position in his defense. Aaron Lynch is going to play the Leo for the Niners. So to answer your question, our Leo is already on the team. Yeah. And if Aaron Lynch isn't good this year, the next year we can get a Leo, or next year we can change up our defense again and get the Bears defensive coordinator. God, I can't remember names right now. Who's the defensive coordinator for the Bears?
Vic Fangio
used to be on the Niners. Yeah, Vic Fangio.
Yeah.
Say next year we get Vic Fangio, and then our defense is different again. Or if we still have Saleh in our 4-3 defense, then go draft a Leo next year. It's not that big of a deal. Aaron Lynch is a good pass rusher too.
And I tell you, I'm looking for a surprise. No, the reason I want to make this clear that I said this right now before the season starts, because in this system, now all of a sudden we have guys that come into play, guys that were not really in play in the 3-4. So now Eli Harold was one of the best out of that area in Virginia, and also Tank Carradine. I've actually had conversation with Tank Carradine on Instagram, and he came in and explained the difference of what you can expect from him. Carradine is going to come in a man possessed this year. We've also got Ronald Blair, who this guy slips through 6 inches of daylight, and he's in. So there's all kinds of guys that are going to be vying for that position. Honestly, it's not guaranteed that Aaron Lynch is going to beat every last one of those guys, because they were all beasts back at school in the 4-3. So when they were converted to the 3-4 is when they started looking like, oh my God, he's really struggling. So, but that may change. So I can't wait to see what happens in that development. So.
Yep.
So okay. Now Salah wants a Leo and Earl Thomas. Have you watched Eddie Jackson?
Eddie Jackson? No.
But
I haven't watched Eddie Jackson.
Safety though, isn't he? Eddie Jackson. We're doing college ranks. I drafted Eddie Jackson. Alabama? No, what's Eddie? When is?
Is he a safety?
Oh, wait, Eddie Jackson. I thought I had an Eddie. The safety out of Bama, isn't his last name?
Yeah. I think that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, Eddie Jackson. Yeah, Eddie Jackson's a safety. Sahel. So yeah, maybe could be converted into a Leo. I'm not sure. Yeah, Eddie Jackson, Earl Thomas. All right. Let me get the next question. Okay, T Breezy. Okay, all offenses, 3 tight ends, and a guy for fullback. When we already have one of the best 4 picks, don't make sense. You know. You want that? You want that again, Nello? Did you get that?
No, I didn't draft 3 tight ends. I drafted 2. I drafted Evan Ingram, and then I drafted Sean Culkin. Evan Ingram is gonna be a damn good wide receiver / tight end. The fullback pick. So many teams 7th round picks don't even make the roster. So I feel like 7th round those picks don't even matter. Let's bring a project over. So on 4th and 1, we could kill Bobby Wagner with Tuna in that fullback. Don't hate on me about a 7th round pick, dude. Like, come on.
God, take Breezy. Hey, you know what though? And in fairness, it's one of them is an alternative pick. It's not. You didn't pick 3. He picked 2 with an alternative pick just in case Ingram's not there.
Yeah.
And chances
an alternative. If David Njoku was still on the board and Evan Ingram was on the board, I would rather pick David Njoku. That's what that means. I didn't pick David Njoku. It was just, a matter of who's going to be on the board. Who do I want more? I'd rather pick David Njoku. Yeah. Same thing with Zay Jones and Corey Davis. Yeah. Corey Davis was on the board and Zay Jones. I'm picking Corey Davis. Yeah. But it's unlikely that both of those 2 are still on the board. So that's what that comes from.
Yeah, I did the same.
I know
thing.
it's a little confusing.
Yeah, same thing because I said, you know what, I'm going with Njoku if I can't get Corey Davis. Now I got 2 feeds to get both game changers. I want game changers, offensive game changers. When was the last time we had one until it? Okay, this is Nello's rap. Okay, anyway, Steezy says he wants to know how early are you starting the live stream on Draft Day? We're starting at 5 p.m. Right, 5 p.m. PDT. Hey, here's a question now from Tony. After this offseason, what do you think our think our record will be, and what impact will the rookies have? I was going to ask you about that anyway later, but go ahead.
9-7. Our our rookies, the impact of them, Evan Ingram is going to have 10-plus touchdowns. He's going to have 900 yards, so a lot of damn impact. Malik Hooker's going to lead the league in interceptions with 6. Zay Jones is going to have, not the most yards, but that's the impact of my rookies. And then the later round guys are more of depth, in case injuries, like in case Rashard Robinson gets injured, let's throw in Cordea Tankersley. So there you go.
I forgot about Robinson. He does get hurt too. Ooh. Okay. But anyway, guys, I say we still got Dante Johnson. He's got to get better this year.
Yeah.
Kenneth Hyde says, "Who do you consider?" We did the cornerstone player. Kenneth, did we ask that question? Who are the cornerstone players? Yeah, we did. I think we did that. Right. Oh yeah, and Richard, he answered that if you could not trade. Okay, if you could not trade back, what would be your pick at number 2? That's interesting.
At pick number 2, I'm taking Jamal Adams. So if we can't trade back at number 2, I'm picking Jamal Adams. And then what I'm having Jamal Adams do, I'm actually going to have him play free safety for us. And then I'm having Eric Reed or Jaquaski Tartt play at strong safety, which typically I'd have Eric Reed play strong safety. So that's what I'm doing at pick number 2. I'm drafting Jamal Adams. I'm having him play free safety with his 4.3 speed. I like Jamal Adams. I don't know. He's kind of a pretty boy, I think.
Yeah, and he can play. Actually, he can play all. I mean, he can play the free safety or the strong safety.
Yeah.
So he's kind of good to have available. Actually, when you think about it, but if you had that luxury, yeah.
Yeah, I would rather have Malik Hooker in at free safety than Jamal Adams. And Jamal Adams he's a leader. He's going to be a leader to our secondary. He's going to bring passion to the defense.
Yeah.
So I mean that definitely is a really big, strong possibility that we do take Jamal Adams, and I'm fine with it. I'm cool. No hate on Jamal Adams. I would just rather stack up more picks and take Malik Hooker and trade back. But yeah, there you go.
All right. And and Steve, what I just mentioned again. Did you hear about Jabril Peppers today and the urine test?
Yeah.
But you've already alluded to that.
I don't believe it. Someone threw poppy seeds in his damn food.
Because you're right. He does not seem the type of guy. I see him on NFL Network. He just doesn't seem like the kind of guy that's going to be that reckless. You can always tell somebody who's probably a little bit like that. But Jabril shows no signs of a guy to be tooting up, especially now. They're getting token up now.
Yeah.
Knowing
he's not stupid.
I
don't know. I found that kind of weird.
Yeah, maybe he'll be exonerated of all charges, although it doesn't look good right now, though. Niner Inc. says, I honestly say that we take McCaffrey a second overall pick. Let's go against the grain. What do you guys think? Well, you know what I think about that. I'd be in jail afterward by 49er fans would call the police on me. Wait, don't you think McCaffrey was number 2 pick? You're crazy! So I'm with you, Niner Inc. But Nello, give some good sense to this. I mean, is that a bad idea or a good idea or lukewarm? I mean, how do you feel about it?
Christian McCaffrey is a good idea. Picking him up, like let's say we trade back up into round 1 and take McCaffrey. I just would not take him at number 2. If you really want him, you could trade back and pick up McCaffrey, or you could keep your number 2 overall pick a player, and then trade back up into the rounds. McCaffrey would be such a sexy pick for the Niners, but perfect. I don't know. I don't see it happening. Solomon Thomas is more likely to be drafted than Christian McCaffrey, and that's pretty sad, but you got to face reality.
I don't know. You know what? There's a rumor out that Christian McCaffrey, and it sounds like a joke rumor, but it could be possible. Christian McCaffrey and Kyle Shanahan were seen having dinner in the Santa Clara area. Now, I don't know if that's a rumor or is that just something that may be normal, no big deal. But Christian
you never
did tell
know.
everybody.
You never know with those. If we get McCaffrey, maybe we trade back to 8 with the Panthers. Panthers go up, they take Leonard Fournette, and we take McCaffrey. I'd be happy with that. You know.
And here's something else that's really funny. The 49ers have joked about who they'd like to take in order to grab attention of those teams that they know want Leonard Fournette, teams that they know they want Mitchell Trubisky. And they've never joked about certain people. And Solomon Thomas worries me too because they've never joked about him either. So,
I know.
so,
That's true. That's true.
I say, Solomon Thomas could be in the mix and another redundant pick that's not going to beat out anybody that's currently on the defensive line. But if he's picked at number 1, the 49ers will actually be obligated to start him, and that freaks me out. But anyway, let's go to another question here. Goard says, give him a prediction on who will be our receiving leader this season.
Pierre Garçon.
Yeah, that's an easy one, huh? Yeah, go ahead. I got to agree with that. It's got to be Garçon. God, who could possibly beat Garçon? You know what, though? What if he figures out a way to really employ the speedster that we just got, Marquise Goodwin? Because, what's the receiver they had in Atlanta last year, he wasn't all
Aldrick
that.
Robinson?
Not Aldrick. Aldrick came in for Julio. The other guy that broke ankles. I mean, he killed.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Taylor
Gabriel.
Yeah. Goodwin could take on the Taylor Gabriel role, because he's got that kind of speed. But when I say the Patriots guy go down, I've never seen, except watching NBA, I've never seen a defender go down in a heap on a move like that. He broke his ankles. I said, my God, that's crazy. What kind of move did Taylor put on to get him to do that? So, whoa. Also, Gohard's got a bunch of questions here. Also, who will lead the team this season in sacks? I kind of like it. All right.
Aaron Lynch. Whoever plays the Leo, basically.
Yeah. Although I would, my quick on that, I still think it's going to be Eric Armstead this year. As he's going to be coming out for the other end.
That's true.
Too.
Maybe.
Yeah. I figure it's going to be a competition between Armstead and Lynch. If Lynch is serious, there are very few Leos in the NFL that can be better than him. If he's serious. Now, if he comes in with the attitude he had last year, there's going to be some problems. But Eric Armstead's going to come in because people have been saying things about him that make no sense. So he's going to come in and try to redeem himself because last year's bad shoulder is no longer a bad shoulder. All right. Let's see. Who leads the team in sacks? And also he wants to know, who are we favoring playing the Sam linebacker, Eli, Brooks, Dakota, or a young stud out of the draft? Hey, have you thought about entering Dakota into the mix? Dakota Watson?
Yeah. Well, he's not a kid. He's a grown man.
Yeah, well, no, I mean...
Dakota Watson, he's big.
But, I mean, as far,
So my linebackers, the strong covers the tight end, right?
Yeah.
So the strong, I'm having Ray Armstrong or Malcolm Smith be my strong linebackers. And then for my Jack or Mike, I'm having Navarro Bowman, or if we draft Reuben Foster possibly, but definitely who's on the roster right now, Bowman. And then strong Mike, and then Sam, right? Sam, he's asking about Sam.
Yeah.
That's going to be a tough one. Yeah, that's going to be a tough one.
Malcolm Smith's going to win. Malcolm Smith's going to win that job. You know why? Because Malcolm Smith, wait a minute, Sam does not have to go into coverage.
Yeah. Sam doesn't. Strong goes into coverage.
Right. See, there you go. This is why they misused Malcolm in Oakland last year, and that's why he got smoked, because he's not a coverage guy. But do not try to run. If you run, Smith will be all over you. This is why I like the combination of Bowman and Smith. The run stops now before the games even start. That is going to be they're going to be awesome together.
Then we'll put Malcolm Smith over there, or Dakota Watson, or maybe Ahmad Brooks. So those three guys are going to battle it out. Whoever wants it the most is going to have to take it.
Yeah. All right. One more guard. He says, who are your upcoming Pro Bowlers this season?
On the Niners roster or in general? Or in the NFL?
Yeah, you can name Pro Bowlers for the 49ers, of course.
Pro Bowlers for the Niners. It's tough. Probably Joe Staley. Kyle Juszczyk or Juice.
Oh, okay.
Those are the only offensive guys that do. Maybe a wide receiver does. Maybe Marquise Goodwin somehow does, or Pierre Garçon does. And then my sleeper pick on offense who makes a Pro Bowl would be Vance McDonald. And then going to the defense, Buckner or Armstead could possibly do it. Bowman for sure. Secondary, Rashard Robinson could. And then I don't know. And I'm not saying or I'm not including the guys that I want on the team. I'm just including the guys that are on the roster right now.
Yeah, and that makes sense because I was gonna say,
Yeah.
it depends on what happens with Jimmy Ward because he's right on the edge of becoming a star, and this could be the year. We'll see. All right.
Mm-hmm.
T. Breezy wants to know: Richard Dent, Chicago Bears, was a 7th-round pick. You know, a minute ago when you said, "Please don't hate on me, y'all," because of a 7th-round pick. I think that's what T. Breezy's getting back to. He's not happy with that comeback.
Oh, well, of course, but the percentage of 7th-round players who make the roster, like, come on, dude, it's probably like 95% don't make the roster that are 7th-round picks. I guarantee it.
I think you stepped on a nerve.
Just put that to rest, bro. Come on, man.
Be careful on red and gold. T. Breezy be looking for you. You know.
I know he will. I'll come up with some numbers for you about 7th-round picks. All right.
I suggest you do prepared next time you come to red and gold because if he hears you, he's coming in, even if he wasn't coming in that day. All right, good. Brandon Kenneth Height wants to know: Brandon Flowers is still available, and Sam Shields. Do you think they are worth a year or two?
Brandon Flowers, maybe. Does Brandon Flowers play nickel or just corner? Because I don't know.
All I know about is Brandon's mom.
Go on.
No, I'm sorry. When you asked, I thought you were asking a question, but go ahead.
Oh no, go on. Yeah, I was asking a question.
I think he plays a corner, but
corner.
I know.
But I wouldn't mind bringing one of those guys in because something our secondary does lack, and I saw it on paper, is we don't have any veteran guys in there. Like our only veteran guy in the secondary is Eric Reed. It's been like that since Antoine Bethea left. But like our oldest corners, Dante Johnson or Keith Reeser right now. So definitely we do need veteran leaders. I wouldn't mind if we pick up Brandon Flowers or Sam Shields. I don't see Sam Shields. I see more of Brandon Flowers coming in because we did lose Tremaine Brock too. So there you go to answer your question.
That's a veteran presence we lost. It's true, huh? I know, but I do wonder what was going to be Tremaine's role this year. He does not fit the description of the guys they want playing that position. I was trying to. God, is Tremaine? Is he in trouble? And they don't want to slide Jimmy. And I can tell right now they do not want to slide Jimmy Ward down to the corner to the outside cover. And that could be why they hit him at the wrong time. John, what about the 5th-year option with Jimmy Ward? Well, I've been busy with the draft. Okay, Jesus. Why'd you ask me that? Because it's like they're probably going back and forth in the office because you could have picked up that 5th-year option on Jimmy a month ago. What is the holdup? So I got a feeling some thought process is going on there too. Sohail wants to know now, who's your future quarterback? Is it Cousins?
Yep. My future quarterback, I would love Kirk Cousins next year if we can get him in free agency. Another option would be to draft a quarterback next year. It just kind of depends how the season pans out. But typically, my number one option would be Kirk Cousins. Yes.
All right. Okay, so let's see. Go ahead with another one here. Who do you see winning the guard position if it's down to Kilgore, Joshua Garnett, assuming Suda wins the center position, which is...
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you my offensive line. So, left tackle, we all know Joe Staley's fine. Left guard, I have... what was that guy we picked up last year? Snyder? I think his name was Adam Snyder, right?
Wait,
I don't know.
A left guard last year? Snyder? Badles?
Sorry, Zane Beatles. I was thinking of Adam Snyder, number 68 from years ago.
He's gone.
You know who I was thinking of. But yeah, Zane Beatles, left guard, and then our center would be Jeremy Zuda, and our right guard would be Joshua Garnett. Right tackle would be Trent Brown. Yeah. Those are my starting offensive linemen.
All right. Tell you what, though, there's going to be a battle. Kilgore's already vowed that it will not be just handed over to Mr. Zuda. And also, Zuda plays a guard position. And also, you are aware, Nello, that the center position is, He's got to have some. Maybe that's why they picked up Zuda, but the center position orchestrates a lot of what the offensive setup is going to be. He is almost sending back audibles as well. He's got to be able to quickly read that defense and send back a selection to the quarterback. It's something that's shared between the quarterback and the center. I want to see that work because Alex Mack in Cleveland, that's why that year that it was a good year with Kyle Shanahan and Brian Hoyer. And that's why he said, Jesus Christ, get me Alex Mack up here in Atlanta. That is one of the reasons why Atlanta went nuts this last season. The center plays a huge role.
That's true. I feel like Zuda. That's the reason why they picked up Zuda. Is to play the Alex Mack role from the Falcon days with Shanahan. So Zuda's going to play the Alex Mack role. Yeah. Daniel Kilgore is going to be depth for center. We're going to keep him on our 53 man because he could play guard and center. So that's what we're going to look like.
Most likely, because it'll keep him healthy, so he doesn't have to go out every year. Poor Kilgore goes down. Oh, there goes Kilgore again with another injury. He's out of this game. So we've had enough of that. All right, a prediction on the first game against the Hawks. Go on again. Go on's really rolling today. A prediction on the first game against the Hawks, week 1, score-wise.
We play the Panthers week 1. Week 2 at Seattle.
First game against the Hawks.
That game is going to be really, really tough for me. I have us taking the loss in that game.
Panthers or Hawks?
It's not going to be a total butt whooping like we've got up in Seattle. I feel like we're going to be a little bit better because the Seahawks secondary is looking a little bit depleted lately. All the questions with Richard Sherman. I don't see the Seahawks being that good anymore. They're good, but they're not like they were in 2012, or 2013. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we could get the W up there, but it's pretty unlikely. I'm sorry to say. I hate the Seahawks so much, but I don't see us beating them in Seattle. If anything, I see us beating them when they come to Levi's for sure.
See, that's I always directed that question to me as well, and I guarantee. You know what? The first game, the 49ers have to go through transition. They're not quite ready for extreme execution yet. So the Hawks are going to have their way, but like Nello, I agree, because people have to realize. And this is not a knock on Colin Kaepernick. It is not a knock on Kaepernick, but the Hawks know how to play Cap. And they used it like a fiddle each and every game. And when you consider the fact that the offensive setup didn't change either. So there was poor Cap out there mostly on his own. The Hawks know just how to play him. And they've pretty much nullified him. Although he did a good job against them last year, finally at Levi's. It was a close game. If we had a better defense, Cap would have finally prevailed. But normally, I think, did they have it was Earl Thomas was missing and some other things, so it made a little different game. Earl Thomas will be back for game 1. So that means it will be a closer game this year because like I told people yesterday, remember, now you've got Kyle Shanahan who does know how to beat that, being involved with Dan Quinn last year. He knows exactly what the Hawks like to do, which is why he exploited them in that second playoff game and humiliated the Hawks and would have scored 40 points, but he lightened up. He lightened up. He didn't score. I said, Jesus Christ, Shanahan's at 37 points. He could have scored over 40 points if he wanted to. They took a knee right in front of the goal line. I said, nobody's manhandled the Hawks like that in years. But again, Earl Thomas wasn't there. But still, that's a lot of points.
Yep.
And also,
and another thing to look at, they didn't have their free safety. That's how important a free safety is in the NFL right now. So there's another point. That's why we should get Malik Hooker.
Yeah, that's Earl Thomas. That's what I was talking about. He wasn't there. And also, we've got Robert Saleh, who was pointed out to me on the comments. Robert Saleh I didn't say Robert Saleh was the DC. I said he was involved with the Hawks defense. So of course
he was the quality control coach.
Yeah. So he knows everything they're doing. That's why he's running us and teaching the 49ers how to run that defense. So you got that. You got Quinn's knowledge, and you got the fact that we got the guy who just beats the hell out of the Hawks because that's all he plays against all the time. So I like our chances in game 2. Yes, we'll lose game 1 because we're not quite ready yet. But the second game is going to be another story. All right.
Yeah.
Let's get one more so we can get into some other conversation here. We got T Breezy. T Breezy. T Breezy. You know what, T? I'm gonna. I gotta say one better to you. Richard Dent. Chicago Bears was a 7th round pick. Marquise Colston, Donald Driver, Shannon Sharp, T.J. Houshman's. Jesus, that's a good name. Wow. How do you pronounce Houshmanz? Man, do you know what that is?
I have no idea. And yes. What's his name again?
T.J. Houshmandzada. Maybe that's it.
Houshmandzada. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll tell you what. One more. Favorite late round quarterback except for Brad?
Nathan Peterman.
Yeah.
And he's going up draft boards, so he's not even really a late round quarterback anymore. I remember like a few months ago, he was like a 5th round, 4th round. He was sitting with Brad Kaya and then combine and all that stuff. He's a 2nd or 3rd round pick now. So my real late typical round quarterbacks besides Brad Kaya would be Joshua Dobbs. I would look at. And like I said, quarterbacks are they're rising up draft boards. So yeah, those are my quarterbacks I would look at. Nathan Peterman, obviously Brad Kaya I want, or Josh Dobbs in like the 5th or 6th round. If he's still there in the 6th, take him.
Okay. And Kim H, we already answered your question earlier. Okay. You know what? Let's wrap it up because I got a couple more questions here. According to today's press conference, John Lynch, serious face and all, is telling the world that he is looking to add a quarterback in round 1. He says it is a possibility. Is he baiting or could he actually be serious?
I think he is baiting. He's baiting because he wants to make the Jets or Browns trade up to take Trubisky. John wants more picks or later rounds because this draft is so deep. So he's trying to sell that number 2 overall pick because he wants more picks because this team needs a lot of good players in this draft. You look in the 2nd round. Bill Polian was on NFL Live today, and he said that this year's draft in the 2nd round could be better players in the 1st round. And last night I was looking at 2nd round mock drafts just to get kind of an idea where players are going, and I was thinking the same thing. There's a lot less question marks on players in the 2nd round than the 1st round. So John Lynch is a smart guy. He knows that. He wants 2nd round picks. So yeah, there you go. I don't buy it. He's not looking to get a quarterback at 2. He's looking to get a quarterback next year in Kirk Cousins, or if we stink this year, get a quarterback in next year's draft. So that's my take on the quarterback situation. The rumors at pick number 2 with the Niners.
Yeah, that's a good answer because the fact is, I think the 49ers are really putting all their eggs in that basket. I really think they're going to make it an all-out run. And with $73 million, there's no problem to give Kirk his contract. I don't know it's going to be as big as $40 million a year, but I mean,
Oh, I hope not. Yeah. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, because some of the rumors that are floating around, I got a kick out of Lynch on those floating rumors. He responds, I think the discipline out of this building's been excellent. I think that what they are, they're assumptions rather than, I don't know who those sources are because there's only a few people that know. We feel real good about that. Yeah, and when he says, when John talks like that, I always get a kick. So, John, are you admitting to that being true? That's why I get confused when he says things like that. So,
Yeah, he needs an Oscar, like what you were saying before the show.
No, John's acting it out. And while you took my fact or fiction quiz, John says there have been calls about a trade down. No, is that a fact or fiction? Is John still baiting? Is he still playing the game? Because he's getting awfully good at it. Has he been getting phone calls? He has been phone calls. Okay.
Teams have asked on what Lynch will take for a trade. The teams who I think have asked are the Panthers to take Fournette, the Jets to take Trubisky, or the Browns to take Trubisky also. After they take Myles Garrett, the Browns could possibly want to trade because they're loaded with 2nd round picks. I think they have 3 2nd round picks. Yeah. They have the number 12th pick. So my best trading partner would be the Cleveland Browns. We get their 12th and a second round pick. Maybe their middle second round pick. I would take that. So yes, I think teams have talked to John Lynch. Panthers, Jets, and Browns. I see.
No, I want to run a scenario by, and I'm thinking, I says, this, if the 49ers do get this trade, and they pick up, let's say they've got 2 second-round picks, 2 third-round picks. Ideally, they would do that and get a first-round pick from a team for next year. Would you get on the phone now with Washington and say, all right, Daniel, here's what I can tell you right now. I have got, and we already talked about the first-round pick. I'm not giving you that, but I'll give you a second-round pick. I'll give you a third-round pick, and I'll give you a first-round pick for next season. You're not going to get any better than that. What do you think?
Nope.
It wouldn't work?
I wouldn't do it. I would just be patient and wait till next year. I would rather have players, a lot of good key players that could build this team up than getting Kirk Cousins. And I have faith in Brian Hoyer. I'm not saying he's going to go to the Super Bowl or maybe get a wild card at best would be Brian Hoyer's case. But Brian Hoyer is not a bad quarterback, you guys. He's good. I remember he took the Texans to the playoffs, and I mean he got obliterated by the Chiefs, but that's another case. He did good with the Bears last season, and then he broke his arm. So Brian Hoyer is not a bad quarterback. He's experienced. He knows Kyle Shanahan's playbook. So I trust Brian Hoyer this year, and the next year we go and we sign Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, the wild thing is, can you imagine Kirk Cousins and the Washington Redskins get to the playoffs next year, and they do so well that the owner finally says, "All right, pay him." That means we're back at
that's true.
Looking for a quarterback. Then, that's the only thing I worry about.
Yeah, if Kirk Cousins is off the board, then that's fine. The draft next year,
it's
like they say every year, so many good quarterbacks, but really there's going to be a lot of good quarterbacks next year.
There was supposed to be a lot of good quarterbacks this year, but what people don't take into account is a lot of times that quarterback's main weapons may have went to the pros. This is what happened to Brad last year, actually.
Brad Kaya, with Philip Dorsett, and Duke Johnson.
Sure.
Yep, they left.
Kaiser, he suffered the same way.
I feel like the same thing is going to happen this year with some of these quarterbacks.
Sure.
I don't know exactly, what quarterback's not going to do good next year, but I see it happening next year. Someone like Brad Kaya, it happened to him this year. Last year, he was, all-team SEC, the best quarterback. If he would have went into the draft, then he would have been a top 5 pick.
Sure, him and Kaiser. Yeah, and Darnold is losing Juju Schuster-Smith.
Yep. There you go. Yep, that's quarterback. He's losing Juju Smith, so maybe he doesn't have as good of a year as we're all thinking. So maybe he falls, and then maybe we can pick him up. But that's. I don't like thinking in the future that far about college because I don't even really watch college football, so it's kind of hard for me to make an educated guess on what's going to happen next year with the quarterbacks.
Well, I'm getting it pronounced. The Black Knight says TJ is pronounced Hashimazuna. He was a great wide receiver in the 2000s.
I've never heard of him, and I don't know.
Thank you, Black
He's
Knight.
a 7th round pick. He's a scrub.
Let me ask this question now. This is the last thing I want to ask you. Are you also in that group of people who is terrified by the 49ers' 2017 schedule and are certain that the team will be lucky to win 4 to 5 games? Because every time I talk to people now, they look at me like I'm crazy for like the same prediction as yours at 9-7. Why is that so far-fetched to some people?
I don't know. They just think that the Niners are the same team last year. No, guys, we have the best offensive coordinator / coach last year. We have Kyle Shanahan. If you look at what we did at free agency, we definitely won free agency. So we already got a lot better in free agency. We still have the draft. The only thing that I'm concerned about with this team is the chemistry. That's always an issue with, like the Jaguars last year or the Raiders this year didn't have good chemistry on defense. Same with the Jaguars. So that's what I'm concerned about is the chemistry on offense. It's a tough It's a tough league, and it takes years to build up good chemistry with players. And then once you have that chemistry, like Tom Brady, you're going places.
Oh God, this Pats are ridiculous with chemistry. But and you're right,
Yeah.
and we play. There are 4 playoff teams on the schedule this year. You got the Giants, the Hawks. You've also got, I believe, the Giants, the Hawks, Cowboys, and the Texans.
The Texans, yeah.
And the best of those teams is the Cowboys. So this is why I say, I don't know why some of those teams they're picking their draft picks a couple of places away from us. Like we're supposed to be getting our brains beat out. I understand also from the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Titans are going to mop the floor with us, according to some people.
Yeah, they are.
I keep
I
saying,
think they are.
like this, guys. A lot of these teams are going to be good, but they don't necessarily have to be just juggernauts all of a sudden because we're coming to town. I don't get it. And also the defense has changed. Everybody still thinks they're going to run all over us. You see, we have to get over the paranoia of last year's defense. They're not coming back this year, and neither is that defensive coordinator. A lot of things are changing. The only thing I'm concerned about is transition. How fast can guys grasp the new concept? That's the only thing I'm concerned with.
Mm-hmm. And this year, we don't have Chip Kelly, so all of our defense isn't going to be injured.
Yeah.
We have a new strength and conditioning coach, which players are really excited about. DeForest Buckner was super excited about having him and their new workouts that they're doing. So I'm really excited. Our team is going to be really strong this year. That's something that I've noticed, that like players don't look like really strong. They look like they just ate a bunch of top ramen, and their muscle is so swole with salt. I don't know. I just feel like we're missing like really strong guys. I don't know. Like Eric Reed is a freaking beast, man. We need more players like Eric Reed.
Guy's been eating nothing but talking peeling the skin off the chicken, man. The guy's crazy, powerful looking, man. Every muscle is like, he looks like Adonis now, man. The dude is just unbelievable. It's not like human power. And you know what? Be a contest between him and Dakota Watson, who's another these guys are beasts. That's absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, this is funny. T. Breezy sent a mock draft in, and I'm gonna run it down real quick. Now, if you're watching now you remember Nello's draft. T. Breezy wants to see a comparison made between his draft, his mock, and Nello.
All right.
T. Breezy's T. Breezy's hilarious. And also, you know what? At the running back position, I can't wait to see that's developed. It's going to be interesting to see because, honestly, I would bet money against Fournette becoming a 49er. So they're going to run their typical offense. I don't know that Kyle or Christian McCaffrey is going to make it either, but I do know it's going to be a different thing to watch than what we've been seeing down through the future. So that's going to be. Can I get that? Can I get that blown up a little bit? A little bit. I got T. Breezy. So okay. Of course, now I do see immediately Solomon Thomas. Hold on a second.
Wait, Ronbo, let me guess. He traded all of his picks for the whole 7th round, huh?
He says his first pick is Solomon Thomas, of course.
All right.
The number 2 pick out of Stanford. His second pick
Boring.
His second round pick at number 34, Obi Melafano.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah. Third round, number 66 pick is Josh Reynolds, wide receiver out of Texas A&M. He's 6'2", he's a 190. I've heard about him, too. What's your feeling on Josh?
I don't know. I haven't heard of him.
Yeah, I've seen him.
I don't know.
He's pretty good. A lot of people are talking about him. He may actually move into a round that people didn't expect. Fourth is number 109, Luke Falk, quarterback out of Washington.
Luke Falk?
I've heard of Luke too, but you know what? Not a lot about him. Okay, he's another guy that's getting more and more attention. Just like his second fourth round pick. Hold on a second. Luke Falk isn't even in this draft. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
What have I heard about Luke Falk? Why have I heard about Luke Falk? Is he already in the league or something?
I don't know. That's what I was wondering.
T. Breezy. I heard the name.
Washington's quarterback is Jake Browning, not Luke Falk. I don't know. That's weird. I know I've heard of his name too for some reason. I was like, what? Luke Falk? I don't know.
Amani talked about Luke Falk. Okay, let's okay, give me the other picks. All right, I think T. Breezy's doing curveballs now. Okay, Kello Fourth round is pick Akello Weatherspoon, cornerback out of Colorado.
Yeah,
Right.
I'd like him.
Yeah. All right. Fifth round, number 146, Vince Beagle, outside linebacker, Wisconsin.
I haven't heard of him.
Yeah. T. Breezy may be throwing another crowd. I've never heard of Vince either.
Who's K.O. Witherspoon? I feel like he's already in the league.
Yeah, I know some of these guys might. We just found out Luke Falk. I'm going to go check that out because I've heard that name. I'm trying to figure out where's Luke Falk.
Yeah.
Fifth round, Elijah McGuire, running back.
I don't know.
T. Breezy, what are you doing here, man? What is this stuff? Okay, we're going to. Seventh round, he's got. Okay, here's his.
John Johnson. I want to hear this one. This is the one I want to hear.
Seventh round.
This is going to be the all-star, all-pro.
Let's hear Johnson, it. South Boston College. Let me see his position. Has he got a position? Yeah, he doesn't get. Oh, safety. Okay. John Johnson.
What was his name?
John Johnson, safety from Boston College. Well, look, I'm going to look these up, T.
John Johnson.
I think T may have put a couple of boxers up there and maybe a baseball player. We already know about Luke Falk.
Luke Falk.
All right. Hey, tell you what we're going to do. Nellos. Well, thank you for your time, man. That was fun stuff, man.
Yeah, that was fun, Ronbo. Yeah. Thanks for having me on.
Tell you what, we're going to see you guys. And also, we'll be back. Now, here's the thing. If something wild happens during the week, let's say tomorrow, the 49ers have secured a deal with the Cleveland Browns. They're trading up, and they're giving up that number 2 position. The 49ers will move to the 12th spot. The 49ers will pick up this, and this. If that happens tomorrow or the next day, we'll be right back.
That would be so ideal if that happens. That'd be perfect.
We'd have to jump on that one. All right. Hey, have a great night, man.
All right. See you, Robo. Thanks for having me on.
You got to join me on the stream, though, man. Is anybody asleep at home?
Oh, we'll do it.
I'm going to count 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Niners!